You do not have to add up any points. All you have to do to know who wins is stack them, and the tallest stack wins. That made my heart so happy. Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Mackenzie.
And I'm Jonathan.
We are husband and wife, and we'd like to welcome you to Paradise.
And today we're taking a look at our top most anticipated games for Gen Con 2024.
Yes, so this is our not to be missed. If you are attending Gen Con this year, these are the ones that you will want to check out. We made this for you as well as ourselves, so as we're going down the aisle, it's not as overwhelming because it helps if maybe you've seen something before.
Yeah.
Now, if you aren't familiar with Gen Con, and you're like, oh, what's Gen Con? Gen Con is the largest board game convention in North America, and it takes place in Indianapolis, and it is so big. And this is going to be my third year going, and this is your fourth year going. Yeah, so it's really exciting. It's always a lot of fun. Our game, Bark Avenue, is going to be there at Good Games, so go check that out if you want. And then we're going to talk about all the other stuff you should see as well. So if that sounds like something you want to see, then just keep watching.
Okay, so we've got our research list pulled up in front of us. We're ready to jump in with the games that are on our hit list. So this is the games that we for sure want to go check out. We're going to go see them, demo some of them, talk to the designers, and we're going to buy some of these games. And first up on that list is De Beers Rock Hard 1977. So this is a sort of midweight Euro-ish type game that is coming out that is extremely thematic because it is designed by the bass player of The Runaways. Cherry Bomb! I'm sure you've probably heard that song before. It's been stuck in my head ever since.
You have to get the right number of ch-ch-ch-ch-chs.
Yeah. So this is one we're excited about. I think it's just so cool when you see people from these other industries come in and be like, hey, I'm going to design a game about my life. Kind of like you did with dog walking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'll be fun.
And I know that bass player is also going to be there at the convention, so try and see if you can meet her if you would be a fan of doing that as well.
Okay, next up on our list is Windmill Valley. Now this is a game by Danny Garcia, whose first game, or one of his first games, was Barcelona, which is absolutely fantastic. Love this game. Picked it up last year at PAX. But Windmill Valley, it takes place in the Netherlands. You got windmills, you got tulips. It's this route building sort of market game that seems extremely most beautiful and interesting. It's got like this gear mechanic on your player board that is like rotating these actions.
Yes. So. What I like about Barcelona, it's like a Euro that I think is also done very thematic. So I have high hopes for Windmill Valley as well.
Yeah, new designer, and these just look like great hits.
Yeah. So. Next on our list is going to be Knitting Circle, which is a spin-off of the popular game. Yeah, which is a spin-off of the popular game Calico, which is going to be by Flat Out Games. Now, I love Calico. It's a really cute tile placement game that hurts your brain really bad. So I'm excited to see what Knitting Circle is all about.
Yeah, I saw like a prototype where you have these knitting basically threads. And you're trying. It looks very interesting.
So I'll throw up some pictures right here of what it looks like. Now, Cities. This was on your list. So Cities.
Yes, Cities. So this is another game published by De Beers, which De Beers always has such great games. But it's designed by two designers we love, Steve Finn and Phil Walker Harding. It's got this gorgeous kind of 3D presence to it. Always a fan of both of those designers and what they put out. So really excited to see this collaboration and see what it brings.
Now, up next is Undaunted 2200. 220?
2200 Callisto!
Yeah. All right, so you are the Undaunted fan. You put this on the list. I know it will be very popular at the con, but go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to have to start alternating and put your things in here too. Okay, so Undaunted 2200 is the new futuristic sort of addition to the Undaunted series, which previously was focused on World War II. It is an incredible deck building game where you have a deck of cards that represent these different units in your squads, and then you'll play them, you'll get to move that squad, and it's sort of squad-based combat. Really fun games, very tactical, and very excited to see what's happening in Undaunted 2200.
I went and pulled from my list, so this has been previewed several times, but it's actually going to be available this time, and that is Águeda, City of Umbrellas. So I think this game is beautiful. I've been really excited about it. I think since last year I mentioned it as well.
I'm really excited to check this out.
I love all of the little like umbrella components, and it's based on a city in Portugal, which we went to. I didn't see to go to this specific city, but we went to Portugal, and so Águeda is definitely one I'm going to be running to check out.
Very cool. Okay, next up, I have a little small game, Endangered Rescue Galápagos Penguins. This is a game by Grand Gamers Guild. It is an 18-card escape game. I didn't know much about it other than the fact that it had a ton of thumbs on the hotness on BGG RPG, and people seem excited about it. I love little 18-card games, so I'm excited to see what this one's about and see if it's any fun.
Speaking of Barcelona, we have a brand new expansion coming out for Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am...
You go, Danny.
Yeah, I am excited. Yeah, big year for him. I'm excited to play that because I've really enjoyed getting to play that game. So I'm excited to see what that expansion will be doing.
Next up, we have Landmarks by Floodgate Games. So this one just looked really interesting. You have basically these one-word clues that you're giving to try to lead people towards a treasure. And you basically have to figure out where to put the tile based on how it relates to the other words on the thing.
It's a party game, right?
It's a party game, sort of. Yeah. It's like a little bit more strategic. I'd say more Hues and Cues kind of style. But seems pretty interesting, and I'm excited to see how that one plays. I love games like that.
So this one, it's on my list because it's for Jonathan, and I want to get it because I know how much he loves it. And it's going to be the new expansion to Clank, Catacombs, Lairs, and Lost Chambers.
Man, I'm just winning this time.
You have a lot that you're very excited about on this list. We'll get to more of mine, but yeah, these are like also the ones that are very popular coming out as Gen Con as
Granted,
well.
we'll also get to games that we've played before, which are going to be a lot more mutual, like things that we definitely love.
Yes.
We have Lairs. This is a game by Kids Table Board Game, which we just absolutely love. Their graphic design. So beautiful. There's just striking box covers. But Sean over at Kids Table is like so excited to show us this, so we're very excited to check it out and see what it is all about.
So next up on the list for me is going to be Gnome Hollow, which is coming out by the Op. I've heard a lot of people talk about this game, and they all say it's super awesome. I got to see a preview of it at Gamma, so I definitely want to go see if I can sit down and play a couple rounds of this and see if it's something I want to pick up. It just looks adorable, and
something about like harvesting mushrooms and stuff.
There's several. This is like the year of the mushroom. There's several games coming out about the mushroom.
Next up, I have Sirens by Envy Born Games. This is a 2-player game where you play as 2 competing sirens trying to lure these people towards you. I think what I was so interested about with this game is that the cards have actual sheet music on them, so it makes playable music. And as a musician, I really want to see what my music sounds like when I play that game.
Yes,
so,
I know it's actually playable, which is awesome.
Seems pretty interesting. I think if I remember correctly, it is an 18-card drafting game. So there are like not many cards, but it's a drafting game, which is like kind of interesting. So I'm actually really curious to see where that one goes and what that one's like.
Next up on my list is going to be from Ravensburger, and that is going to be this one displayed right here.
Ta-da!
Villainous Revenge at Last. So we just posted our review, but it will be available at Gen Con. So this is going to be featuring Darth Maul and Captain Phasma. It's the latest expansion to Star Wars. This is kind of jumping out the category of we've already played it, but it's brand new. It's awesome.
Very fantastic.
If you are into Star Wars,
and you live in Canada and don't have Target, and you're visiting, yes.
That is one to get.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Or anywhere else in the world. Next up, I have this game Courtesans, which is by Ketchup Games and Pandasaurus. So it's a Pandasaurus release. It is a set collection, take that game, but it just looks really pretty. I was really happy with the art with this game. It has this nice like cloth board that you lay out. And it's all about like the queen's holding this banquet, and you're all like backstabbing each other under the table.
Speaking of the Star Wars theme with Revenge at Last, next up I have the Mandalorian Adventures, which is going to be missions that you're going to be completing together. Sometimes IP can be hit and miss, so this is one I'm definitely going to be checking out. It is coming out at Gen Con, so I'm excited to see if this is something I want to pick up, and it seems like an IP that will hold up. The gameplay will hold up.
The gameplay, from what I could tell, looked kind of Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion-esque. It's kind of a mission book, like storybook game that you play, so we'll see how it plays out. Okay, next up on our list, I have from Van Ryder Games, I have Gateway Island. Now this is a game that Jamie from Faster the Meeple told us about. It is essentially like the most meta board game you've ever heard of. It's like gateway games in a box to teach your friends how to play harder games. So it's like you have like 21 mini games that are all like gateway style games to like get your friends into games. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I want to see that for sure and check that out and see what it's like.
Yep. Next up on my list is Jekyll and Hyde versus Scotland Yard. So I am always a sucker for Sherlock Holmes mystery type themes. So I want to check this out, see what it's liking. I'm curious.
And it's like Jekyll versus Hyde. It's like a spin-off game.
Yep. It's similar to that. So I'm curious to see if it's different enough that I want to get this one in addition to already owning Jekyll versus Hyde.
Jekyll versus Hyde is one of our top 2-player games of all time. So it's in one of our top 10.
I think it's also in our 20-minute game as well.
Yeah, it's a great one.
And trick-taking.
Yeah. Cool. Next up, I have the game Box Top Pinball Haunted House.
Yeah,
so this is
fun.
by Pandasaurus Games, and it's so cool. So you like take the box apart, and then it creates this like downward slope, and you like flick these dice, and wherever the dice land, they bounce like pinballs till they get to the bottom, and you're gonna score points. And it seems super interesting. I love physical games like this, so very interested to check it out. I think it's just a demo, but I will be very interested in learning more about that. Oh yeah, we didn't mention, but Knitting Circle and Lairs are also demos, not for sale.
Okay, that's important to note. I will try and mark in the comments in the show script down below if things are actually going to be available. Sometimes you don't really know. They don't really disclose until then, so I'll do my best. All right, next up is Charcuterie, the board game. Jonathan was like, maybe, but I'm like, I love me a charcuterie board, so I want to check this game out. People said they thought it was going to be gimmicky. That's what I like from the comments. They thought it was going to be gimmicky, but then it actually turned out to have really great gameplay. So I want to play a couple rounds of this and see if it's worthy to add alongside my charcuterie board.
Next up, I have Everdell Duo, this brand new Everdell game, which we love Everdell, and it is designed for 2 players to play competitively or cooperatively. So curious to hear what that cooperatively is about, but also just excited to see it. It looks like it's a much smaller footprint, takes up less space on the table. We'll see how well streamlined the 2-player experience is, but it's definitely something I'm looking forward to checking out. Yeah.
Next up is Da Da Da. My daughter heard me talking about this game, she thought she'd go Da 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 Da. So she is already a master of this game. So basically, it's like my daughter. You are having to make up your own language. It's a party game where you're trying to communicate with people. I saw a demo of this where people are just going Da 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 and like making up, like trying to explain things to people, but it looks really funny. We also have another party game coming out, which is called Caution Signs.
That one looks really good.
Yeah, that's by Wacky Wizard, and I actually got to demo this at Gamma. So I actually have played this, but it came out a couple weeks ago, but it will also be available at Gen Con. It's basically like you pair 2 names together. It's like Telestrations, but like you pair 2 names together, and then you have to try and draw a picture of it, and then the person guessing has to guess how those names pair up in that drawing.
Yeah, it does seem really fun.
It's funny. It's a fun twist.
Next up, we have We're Sinking by Ludimus Games. This is a really fun one that I saw on Kickstarter. It didn't end up backing it at the time, but I was super interested in it. Basically, you have a sinking pirate ship, which you actually like remove the bottom section of the pirate ship as it sinks. And it's sort of one of those like grab the cash or like shoot the other person type games where like some people are plugging holes in the ship, some people are like scooping out water, and some people are grabbing the booty. And you're trying to be the one who gets the most booty, but also if the ship sinks...
Can you put a T on that booty a little more? Booty.
Booty. Booty.
You like booty?
Booty. But basically you don't want to be the one who like didn't contribute to the ship sinking and then like not, so it seems pretty interesting.
I just like the ship is actually sinking. All right, next up is Skyrockets. So I also got to see a demo of this at Gamma. It's really fun. It's a inspired game by the game of Kites. So if you're...
Same publisher.
Yeah, it's the same publisher. So it's in the same line as that. You're going to have those timers that you've seen with Kites in the past where you're trying, but this one you're trying to shoot off an amazing firework display. And if you get people, if people are looking at their phones, you get minus discards. So it's like how fast you're turning out these timers to keep those fireworks going and create the best firework. It's a lot of fun. So if you enjoyed Kites, it's a similar vibe, so definitely go check that out.
So next up on our list, we have our games that we've already played and we already own, and we're like, dude, you need to go check out these games. So we're going to go ahead and go through those next. These are definite must-plays, you got to get them. Starting off, we have Arcs. So Arcs is the latest game from Leader Games, designed by the same dude who designed Root. It is like absolutely fantastic. It basically is this like space opera style, like, okay, I've got my ships, I've got my planets, I'm gonna go battle yours and tax my planets and tax your planets.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna like bid for like these seats on the court to like get these courtesans. Oh my gosh, is it so much fun. The action selection mechanism is trick-taking-ish. and it's very weird. It's very cool. So go check out Arcs.
What I have, Jonathan's played this several times with his game group that he plays with, and so what I was impressed by this, he was like, I'm not sure which one I like more, Root or Arcs, which is a big compliment because he loves Root.
So next up we have A Gentle Rain.
Yeah, so A Gentle Rain, which is by Incredible Dream Studio. This is a charming game I got the pleasure to check out. It's where you're placing different flowers together, trying to make this beautiful grove, and place all of your flowers.
Little water droplets.
It's like their whole thing with making the game is supposed to be therapeutic. Like, do you win? Do you not win? The choice is up to you.
I would normally think that's cheesy, but gosh, you gotta just try this game. It's like the whole way it's presented. It's this beautiful. You open the box. It has this rule book that's very stress-free for you to read. You're gonna be done reading it in like 2 minutes, and you're like, okay, cool, I'm ready to play. But it's presented in a way that's just like, just do an activity and see how it goes. It's really cool. It's a nice art piece.
It's one of those things that I don't normally like playing a solo game, but I think this game plays best as a solo game. And it feels just like my sister-in-law, who's 13, she sat next to me and she just played that game for like an hour, just trying to place these flowers together. And it's just peaceful. She really liked it. So I very much enjoy A Gentle Rain.
It's very special. Yep. This is a keeper for sure.
Yep.
Next up on your list, we have Captain Flip, which is right up there. So this is designed by Playpunk, and it is an absolutely just really fun, like quick game. It was designed by Remo Consadori and Paolo Mori. We love Paolo Mori stuff. And essentially, you like pull a tile from a bag. You then decide whether you're gonna flip it or not. Once you flip it, you're locked in. So it's one or the other side. And you play it, and it's a pirate, and you're gonna like get these points for where you place your pirates. And sometimes you'll flip other ones, and you'll have cannons pointed at carpenters who are then sad, and it's a good time.
We did release a whole review about this game, so if you're interested, go check that out if you want to see before you buy it. The next up on our list is Seaside. So we just got to actually play this last night. We played it twice for the first time, and it is a charming game. So basically what I love the most is that you can actually play it outside at the beach if you wanted to. It comes in this cute little like sturdy bag, and you have these tiles. And you're basically, the tiles have different rules that you're placing out, and there'll be like different birds that can eat the bugs, and then the beach collects the seashells and stuff like that. But my favorite part is at the end, everyone will have all these stacks. You do not have to add up any points. All you have to do to know who wins is stack them, and the tallest stack wins. That made my heart so happy.
That was pretty great. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, next up we have the expansion to Expeditions, that is Gears of Corruption. So Stonemaier Games does not have presence at conventions, they instead go through the MeepleSource booth, but they will have this expansion there. It is a fantastic expansion to Expeditions, really upped the gameplay for me and our group, and we all enjoyed it, so definitely go check out the expansion to Expeditions.
There's a review on that one as well, so you can check that out. Next up is going to be the latest addition to the Unmatched series, and that is called Slings and Arrows. Now, this is just a great expansion. So if you're a fan of Unmatched, like, you have to go check this out.
It's very good.
It's featuring Shakespeare and the three sisters.
The Wayward Sisters.
The Wayward Sisters.
And Hamlet.
Yeah, and like especially how they done like with Shakespeare, you beat people by making iambic pentameters. It's just very creative, very well done. Next up is going to be Chronicles of Light, which is a game by Ravensburger that just was released. This is going to be a game where you get to take on, you play heroes, actually female heroes, so heroines, and you are going to be battling the darkness, and they're all females, and it was all designed by a female team. So,
but other than that, I mean, the game looks just really stellar. It looks really interesting.
No. I'm not saying. I mean, I'm saying that first because the game is also really looks really great.
Yeah.
So I saw some demos of this at Gamma, and people were really excited about it. It's definitely one you should go check out.
Yeah, really interesting art style too. I love the miniatures for that. I think they're really fun.
Yes. Next up is Horrified World of Monsters.
Another Ravensburger game. So Horrified World of Monsters is the latest rendition of the Horrified world. Now, if you've played Horrified Greek Monsters, you know they introduced a new concept of sort of interchangeable monsters. So this is compatible with with Greek monsters, but we get these brand new sort of mythos, like you get the Sphinx, you get Cthulhu, and you get these really goofy investigators too. So I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We do have a advanced copy to share with you at some point in the future.
Yes, hopefully, don't hold me to this, but hopefully it's going to be coming out August 1st. So if you're watching this during the con right now, we might have already released it. So go and check that out. Okay, Get Bit. Okay, this is so cute. So this is a remaster on they've done this. Get Bit was already done
at one point, but this is like way cuter.
It's way cuter. So basically, you're in a bathtub and you're playing these little like scuba divers, and then you either play against the shark or one person can be the shark, and you basically try not to be in the back of the line by playing like a kind of like a trick-taking game, like playing the cards, as the shark is slowly going to eat away everybody if you're behind the shark, and you can actually pull off the limbs of these people.
Yeah.
Another thing. Plug. So, our own game, Bark Avenue, will be at the Good Games Publishing booth. It came out last year. It came out to retail last year. So it's going to be at Gen Con this year. And we'll also be selling deluxe component upgrade packs. So if you own the retail version and you want to upgrade to those squishy poops.
Wooden tokens.
Yeah, and those wooden tokens, we will be selling those separately. So I just want to put that in there in case you're interested. There we go. So that is the games that we think that you should be checking out at Gen Con 2024. Now, that is to say, we always come away with things that we did not anticipate. So we're walking down the aisles.
We probably missed something really good.
Yeah,
so if your game's releasing this year, tell us about it because we're really excited to check it out.
So let me know, what are you guys interested on this list if you're watching this before Gen Con? Have you been to Gen Con before? Is this going to be your first time going? Honestly, this list just helps me take away a little bit from the chaos to be like, even if you don't remember anything we said, you might remember a box cover and be like, I know, I've seen that before. I will go look at that.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much. We will be doing a full review of the con. I will have my camera.
We'll always do a haul video.
Yeah, we do a haul video. I'll grab some footage of what's going on there. But thank you guys so much for joining. If they're already at the con, I hope you have a fantastic time. And we'll see you guys next time. Happy playing.